In this video, we'll be continue making this wolf. This is the model that we made from last video, and this will be the finishing product. So first off, we start from the back, the front of the paper, and then on this tail flap, we do an inner reverse fold along the back layer. It should be a 45 degree, and we just fold it one side only. And the pocket will form between the front layer and the layer just behind, and leave the other part of the paper as a square, and then we will do it in the future. And back to the back of the paper, we fold the two hands to the side, and then for the flap, this triangular flap here, so what we need to do is to do a squash fold, and it will form a square base like this. After forming a square base, we hold up one of the crease, press it, and then we can get this triangular flap. We do a squash fold, and then narrow the bottom part, and then form a frog base like this, and the triangular flap should point downwards. After folding this, close it back, and then form a frog base on the other side. So pull up the triangular flap, do a squash fold, hold it up, and push the triangular flap down, and finally close it back. At this point, you can see there's a big triangular flap here, so we pull the flap up, and after that we fold this flap back downwards until you reach the small triangular flap, like right here. Create a crease and unfold it. So right now we create a valid fold from the corner of this triangular flap up to the corner right here, which is the crease that you just made, and it will open up the top part of the model. Fold it on both sides, and it should turn into a 3D shape. After that, using the pre-crease that you just made, press it down, and you should get a diamond shape. After that, you fold the front flap up until you can see there's a flap pressing the two triangular flaps. You can see there's a small triangular tip coming back up, and do a mountain fold to hide this triangular layer. Now we can do the nose part. So you can see this triangular flap on the front layer. Just fold less than 1/3 of the portion back down, and this is the part for the head till now. And now we go for the claws. So for the four claws, you can see there's rectangular flap coming out from this triangle. So this will be the model that you can see right now, and this will be our finishing product. So you can see the four claws will separate, and optimally you can make it into different lengths to make it look more natural. So in order to do it, so as we expand the paper, we need to form 3 V shape. So one way to achieve it is to close the flap, and you can see there's a diagonal line from this triangle. What you need to do is to do a inner reverse fold along the side. And after this, you can see there's half a square coming out on the other side. So we do the inner reverse fold again, and you can see there's a little tip coming out, and we do the third inner reverse fold. So in a total, we will be forming 3 inner reverse fold along each side in order to hide the flap, and also this can help separating the cross. So we'll do it to all the claws, front and back. After folding each cross, so you can see there should be no paper coming out either from the bottom or from the top. So this is the first step to separate the claws, and the second step will be a pleat fold. So for the back, we'll be pleating all 4 claws, but for the front, the largest one that you can separate for big angle, for big portion here. So for this finger here, we will leave it behind, but we just focus on these 4 little claws, like right here. So what we need to do is to open it up a little bit. Let me adjust focus, make it easier to view. So if needed, you can use a pair of tweezers to help you to work it out. So you fold most of the portion downward first, like this. Crease it to make it horizontal. You can see there's a flat crease here. And after that, you pull the claw back up to your desired length of the claw. You may adjust the angle a little bit, and after you have done, just close it. As the paper is very small here, you can just press the outside and it should form one of the claw here. So you repeat it to all the claws that you have. Fold it down. Find the portion that you need. And fold it back up to complete the pleat fold. This step will be a little bit time consuming, but it is worth it for the details. So this will be one of the finished cloths right here. So meanwhile, you can pause the video and finish up all the 4 sides. So it will be same to fold it downward. Find a length to fold it back up. And then close it. So after folding all the cloths, now we try to work on the other part right now. So forming back to the original shape to spread the hands around, and we start to do a mountain fold along the center axis. The 2 triangular flap, you may just leave it free to come out. And fold it in half along the crease. You can start see the basic shape of the wolf here. This with the front arm and this with the back leg. And before that, we should do one of the locking mechanism, and that's why we will just do one of them to become the pocket. So right now, with the model holding in this shape, open up the model a little bit and fold it vertically in about 2 units, which will be the layer crossing through the 2 intersection points. So we do an inner reverse fold, and you can see it will just pull the layer of the tail to the front. You can see there will be like a small part of the paper coming out from the model. This will be the first step for this interlock mechanism. And for the second step, you can see there's a pocket here, and with this flap, you push it and tuck the layer into the pocket. It'll be a bit easier if you just close the model a little bit more, so there'll be less tension to pull the paper back out. So after pushing the layer, finish the locking mechanism. So right now we'll be working on the back flap, so we can just push one of the flap to the nearest pocket from the other side, and for the flap behind we need to fold away one small tip from the triangle like this, which is about 1/4 of the paper. After that, we fold this layer of paper to cover up the previous layer like this. Now the back should be flat, and you can see the layer which is being covered. So right now we'll be focusing on the back leg. So for the front leg, we can fold it to the front first, and we'll fold it later. So right now you can see there's a crease going down, and what we need to do is doing a pleat fold. So first what we need to do is along this corner, we fold it up along the back line like this. And for the next step, we fold it back down and it should be close to this crease line. So repeat it on the other side. Fold it back up along the corner and the back line, and after that we fold it back down along the crease line like this. Then give a little press to strengthen the crease. And for the next step, we'll fold the leg backward and front, so it will be another pleat fold. It will be double pleat fold because we need to fold it, separate the two layers to make it look better, but we'll just fold it as one single layer first, so we can reverse the crease to make the double pleat fold more accurate. So what we need to do is to find out where this layer of the paper touches the back line of the bottom. So we fold a crease, which touches the paper at the bottom, and after that we fold the leg back to the front, and it will be following the crease line here. Repeat on the other side. It will look like this. So to change from this pleat fold to a double pleat fold, so what we need to do is to unfold it first. There are two main layers, and we can flip the smaller inner layers to either side. So in my case, I would like to choose the inner smaller flap closer to the center and just leave like three flaps outside. So what we need to do as we fold outward, so the crease and the inner part will be the same as the fold we need, but what we need to do is to reverse the fold at the outer part. So we can still push it in first to use the crease there correct, like this. Close the flap and change the crease on the outside to a mountain fold. And finally, as we close it up, the second crease will be reversed. So this is how we do one of the legs, and this is what it will look like for the double pleat fold. And then we repeat it on the other side. Unfold, open the layers, separate it, use the correct fold first, and then start reversing the outer flap. And finally, we close it back. This will be the two back legs. And for the smoothness, for this knee part here, what we need to do is to do a inner reverse fold. Just a small angle, and now you can see the back leg is like more round. And repeat on the other side. So now we will be adding details for the front leg, for the back leg. So take a very small portion, you can check it out here, and this side will be the outer part, this will be the inner part. We will do a pleat fold making a zigzag shape like this. Just a small one will be good enough to show the details. So form a little pleat fold like right here. If you look at it from the outside, you can see there's like a little gap, so you can split between the leg part and the claws part. After that, we fold the leg part in half to narrow it down. So the paper will be a little bit thick, so we need to fold it with a little bit of force. Fold it until you reach the joint. With the paper that have a little bit of expansion, so right now you can see it's like narrowed down, and then you can see the detail of the claw is coming out. Repeat on the other side. First off, do a small pleat fold like this, and after that you fold the leg in half. So you can see the leg is now half, and also the detail of the back leg is coming up. So right now for the front arms, so what we need to do is to fold this flap back and forth once to see the crease line, and after that we need to fold the front arm towards the head, and then using the corner to fold the arm, having an angle bisector with the crease line backwards. So if you fold it down, you can see the arm is pointing backwards, and now what we need to do is to fold this flap back down again. So at this point you will see the arm is folding forward, and if we close it up, you will see the arm is also pointing forward. So make sure it's not folding like angle bisector from this corner, but you need to fold it along the corner at the back. So it will be pointing forward. And as we fold it back down, which is the position we need for the front arm, it will be pointing down. Repeat on the other side. First, arm is shooting forward along the back. Make an angle bisector along the crease line that we have, and then use the corner from the back fold it back to the front and close the layer by using the crease again. So right now the two arms should be pointing downwards straight. So right now you can see the back, the very big finger is like shooting outward, which is longer than the other claws. So what we need to do is, first off, we fold a pre-crease of folding it backward like this, and then we fold it forward again, so just to have a little bit coming back up. So you can adjust the portion a little bit to make it closer to the other claws, just like the thumb. It will be like this. After that, we unfold it, open the two layers, and use the pre-crease that we made. We do a pleat fold. So we reverse the fold and back up again. It will be like the easier version of the claws in front, like this. And we do the same to the other side. Fold it backward and to the front again. Unfold it, and perform a pleat fold. After that, you can return the model to the original position. So right now we do another pleat fold to bend the front arm. So right now the claws is pointing downward, and now what we need to do is to change the direction of it to make it point forward. So we need to fold it to the back first. With like a 45 degree, you can see it like this. And after that, we fold the claws to the front. So you can see the claws is now pointing forward. Unfold it. And again, we will be doing a double pleat fold. So we can just press this to this set of claws and then push it backward because the flap here is like smaller. And finally we press it to hold the paper in shape. So now you can see the claws is pointing forward. Repeat on the other side. Fold it backward first. And fold this back to the front. After that, unfold. And do the same compared to the back leg. So you can see the claws is now to the front also. After folding the front leg, what we need to do is to narrow down the front arm. So we'll be pushing it to narrow it about down to half of the width. So we can leave some of them which is close to the shoulder as the original width, so it will make into a nice 3D arc shape. Repeat on the other side. After that, we can also lock the back leg. So as you can see up the part below the knee part, you can see there's a little triangle protruding out. So we can just fold this part backwards. Do a mountain fold to narrow it down. Like this. This triangle here. Fold it backwards and lock it. After all the forearms, so now we will be treating the tail. So first off, we will be doing some more pleat folds. So first off, we will be folding it the angle change this from pointing downwards to pointing it backwards, sideways. So we can achieve this by folding the tail inwards in the reverse fold. Like this. Have more portion fold away from the center compared to the portion fold away from the side, and then you will tilt this tail back up like this, and now it's like pointing it backwards. So we'll be making about 3 more pleat folds evenly along the tail. So we can do is open the back, use 3 small pleat folds evenly. First one, second one, and third one. As we close it back, we can see there's like a worm shaped style. So what we need to do is to pull the flap out along the degree that we want to, and after we found this the degree that we decide to use, so we can give it a strong press to confirm the crease. So I prefer it to curve up and then curve down again. So if you want to curve it up, you will pull the layer at the bottom. If you want to curve it down, you would like to pull the layer from the top, and it will bend down, which will look like the other model. So after folding the tail, now we will be focusing on the head part, and we will be doing this in the next video.